You know that person who always prefers staying home. They cancel plans. They hesitate before saying yes. They disappear for days sometimes. People assume they're antisocial, but they're not avoiding people. They're regulating something invisible. Energy. Because every time you step outside, your brain enters an unpredictable environment. Conversations you didn't prepare for. Noise you didn't choose. Expectations you didn't consent to. And your nervous system has to process all of it. For some people, that cost is small. For others, it's enormous. Psychologists have studied this for decades. It relates to something called optimal arousal theory, which explains how different nervous systems require different levels of stimulation to feel balanced. Some brains seek stimulation, others recover from it. And if you're the second type, home isn't a limitation. It's regulation. Because home is the one place where nothing is demanded from you. No performance. No monitoring of your facial expressions. No subconscious calculation of how you're being perceived. Your nervous system can finally stand down. There's also something else happening beneath the surface. When you're at home, you control everything. The lighting, the sounds, the pace of time itself. And control is one of the most powerful regulators of psychological safety. Outside, your brain is constantly predicting uncertainty. At home, it doesn't have to. This is especially true for people with high sensory processing sensitivity, a trait studied extensively in psychology. Their brains process more information, more deeply, which also means they reach mental fatigue faster. What looks like isolation from the outside is often recovery on the inside. And research has consistently shown something surprising about people who spend more time alone. They tend to be more introspective, more creative, more self-aware. Because when external noise disappears, internal awareness becomes clearer. Your brain shifts from reacting to reflecting. But society doesn't frame it that way. Society rewards visibility, presence, constant participation. So people who choose solitude are often misunderstood, labeled as boring, unmotivated, detached, when in reality, many of them are simply less dependent on external stimulation. Their inner world provides enough. But there is an important distinction here. Because for some people, home is peace. For others, it's protection. Protection from anxiety, from rejection, from emotional exhaustion they've never fully explained to anyone. Home becomes the only environment where their nervous system feels safe enough to exist without defense. And over time, this creates a different kind of person. Someone who doesn't chase noise. Someone who doesn't need constant distraction. Someone who feels more like themselves in silence than in crowds. They're not missing out. They're stabilizing. They're not disengaged from life. They're engaged differently. Because peace, to them, was never found in stimulation. It was found in absence of it. So, if you're someone who genuinely prefers being home, who feels relief when plans get canceled, who doesn't experience loneliness in solitude, you're not broken. Your nervous system just found its equilibrium somewhere most people never think to look. And once you understand that, you stop forcing yourself to live in environments that were never designed for your mind. You start protecting your energy instead of apologizing for it. And everything becomes quieter, not empty, just finally quiet enough to hear yourself.